You know those startup stories where a company comes out of nowhere like a dorm room and instantly blows up with millions of customers, and then they get millions of dollars of funding from a well-known venture capital company, and then they get a bunch of fawning headlines, and they suddenly announce they're broke and they're closing. They had too many expensive customers. In fact, they probably had only one expensive customer because expensive customers are the easiest to get. Either that or the company founders were idiots or bad actors. That happens too. No one is immune to too much smoke and too many mirrors. Anyway, there are three types of customers, and you almost assuredly had all three. You probably have all three right now, in fact. So let's talk about the first one, target customers. Target customers are your perfect customer. You probably have a small slice of these, and you likely know a handful of them by name. You almost consider these people your friends. These are the people, these are your people. You're gratified that when you see the value, you're gratified that they see the value of what you're doing and spend money on it. And in some cases, they tell you that what you're offering is worth much more than what they paid for it. I absolutely love these customers. I listen to everything they have to say, whether it's a complaint, a suggestion, or just something they say about themselves that I can use later to solve their problems. That happens a lot. Then there are regular customers. Regular customers are your lifeblood. They're the vast majority of the customer base. These are your transactional customers, if you will. For them, you're constantly trying to improve your offering and keep them happy. However, your finger isn't exactly on their pulse, so to speak. You have to use a combination of data and metrics to gut out and to take the temperature of their satisfaction. And that can sometimes be really hard to read. These customers are critically important to the health of your business, if only because there's so many of them. There are millions of them. But when you hear the phrase the customer is always right, that's referring to this type of customer because you have to give them the benefit of the doubt, even if they're not always right. That said, when one kind of customer is completely wrong, it costs you quite a lot. And then there are expensive customers. Expensive customers are people who don't want to pay anything, but they want everything. They're a sneaky subset of the regular customer type, and at some point they will come out of nowhere. Maybe right away. Maybe it takes a while, usually depending on how price conscious your overall customer base is. And they will stab you in the back without delay. Not literally. You'll just wake up one day to some kind of formal message or something. The thing is, no matter what you offer, no matter how moneyed the market you target, no matter how honest and transparent you are, expensive customers sneak out of the woodwork to find you. There's so many people who fit that expensive customer field. And it's one of those things that 90 to 99% of the time, the expensive customer is just trying to weasel their way out of paying for a fair price for a service or a product that they ordered. Or maybe they say it didn't perform to exact perfection. So you need to make sure you find a way to get them out of the way. Some of you probably already figured out the opening anecdote. What everyone is trying to do is get past curiosity. Use data to drive decisions if you can. It's just when you look at what you have and say, that's close enough, sometimes you're missing the point, right? You need to act swiftly and kindly. You can call it a message, but it's not intended to be one. It's intended to serve as a lever to get an expensive customer out of the business forever before that customer does more damage than I'm willing to try to fix. You might call it an overreaction, but believe me, experience has taught me that it doesn't matter why they're dissatisfied. It doesn't matter if I'm right. It doesn't matter if I'm going overboard with a fix. It's cutting out the disease before it spreads. Fortunately, expensive customers are infrequent. They don't come too often, but they're not rare. Be proactive about them. Get them out of your life nicely, generously, and quickly by any means necessary. Find ways to optimize your business efforts in a way that rewards both you and your target and regular customers, the ones you want, and weeds out these customers that you don't want so that you can get the expensive customers out of the picture. That's going to do it for this episode. I hope you enjoyed it. If you have a topic you want us to discuss, learn more at AgileDad.com. We would love to hear from you. And as always, we encourage you to stay healthy, stay well, and stay agile, my friends. Until next time, do take care. Bye now.